In recent times, the health field has paid special attention to our habits and behaviors, what we call lifestyle. Health isn't just absence of disease. In 1946, World Health Organization defined health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. Studies in the 70s identified 4 elements that impact on people's health, highlighting lifestyle as the most important for the health promotion and disease prevention. Nowadays, 2/3 of deaths are caused by health issues associated with unhealthy lifestyles. Poor diets, lack of exercise, drinking too much alcohol and smoking, are clear examples of how to lead an unhealthy lifestyle. Today, we know that drug addiction, rather than a moral failing, it's a health problem. When drugs enter the brain, they change how the brain does its work. Over time, drug use can lead to addiction, a devastating brain disease in which people can't stop using drug. The reasons why we can start to use drugs are called risk factors, and including we have, the influence of friends, trying it to see what it is like, the availability, and problems in the family environment. People who use drugs have a higher risk of all bad outcomes, including addiction, accidents, medical problems, and death. To reduce the chance that a person begins to use drugs, we should develop protective factors. Protective factors might include strong self-esteem, good social skills, positive values, and strong family bonds. Alcohol is so widely used that many people don't think of it as a drug. Globally, alcohol is the 5th leading risk factor for death and disability, and it contributes to over 200 diseases and injury-related health conditions. In Mexico, 1 in 4 teenagers and 1 in 2 adults drink alcohol habitually. Alcohol is absorbed into our body through the stomach, and then flows through the bloodstream throughout the body, reaching our brain, causing disinhibition and euphoria. Excessive alcohol consumption causes depression, and it affects other organs, causing physical sickness. With high exposures, alcohol will suppress the basic life functions, and the person can go into a coma and eventually die. Drinking a lot over a long period of time affects the nervous system, producing brain damage and mental disorders. Also, damages the blood vessels in the heart, that often lead to cardiomyopathy, arrhythmias, strokes, and hypertension. Drinking too much is responsible for many cases of gastritis and stomach ulcers, inflammation of the pancreas, accumulation of fat in the liver, and even cirrhosis. Drinking alcohol weakens our immune system. Chronic drinkers are more liable to contract diseases like pneumonia and tuberculosis. There is also clear evidence that cancers of the mouth, esophagus, pharynx, larynx, liver, and breast can develop when tissues are exposed to alcohol. 3.3 million of deaths were attributable to alcohol. The highest numbers of deaths are from cardiovascular diseases, followed by injuries, gastrointestinal diseases, mainly liver cirrhosis, and cancers. Responsible choices concerning drinking alcohol may mean not drinking, such as when a woman is pregnant, if we are underage, when taking medications, or before driving. It also means not getting drunk. Moderate drinking is no more than 1 drink per day for women and no more than 2 drinks per day for men. Cigarettes contain nicotine, which is highly addictive. There are more than 4,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke. At least 50 are well known to cause cancer. Smoking harms nearly every organ in the body, reduces our health, and causes many diseases. It causes oral and lung cancer and increases the risk of many other cancers. It also causes breathing problems and increases the risk of dangerous infections like pneumonia. Smokers have more of a chance of having a heart attack, and are twice as likely to have a stroke. And it raises the risk of developing weak bones, and osteoporosis. Smokers tend to have yellow teeth and develop gum diseases, persistent bad breath, and other oral hygiene problems. Tobacco use is a risk factor for 6 of the 8 leading causes of death in the world. This results in preventable human suffering and the loss of many years of productive life. Not only to themselves, smokers also expose others to tobacco smoke. Passive smoking exposes non-smokers to most same toxic gases, chemicals, and fine particles that smokers inhale. Those most at risk are the own family and friends. Children are particularly susceptible and more likely to suffer from asthma and serious lung infections. It's important never to start smoking. If you already smoke, stop as soon as possible. The moment you quit smoking, your body begins to heal itself, and over time, you can reduce your risk from heart disease, stroke, and lung cancer. Unhealthy diets are now a greater threat to global health. People are now consuming more foods and drinks high in fat, sugar and salt, and many do not eat enough fruit and vegetables. The increased production of processed food, rapid urbanization, and changing lifestyles have led to a rapid rise in the number of people who are obese and overweight. A simple way to measure the obesity is the body mass index. It is defined as a person's weight divided by the square of his height. An index greater than or equal to 25 is overweight. An index greater than or equal to 30 is obesity. Carrying extra fat leads to serious health consequences such as heart disease, diabetes, musculoskeletal disorders, and some cancers. A healthy diet helps protect against malnutrition in all its forms. Eating a diet that is high in fruits and vegetables, and low in salt, sugar, and fats, will help us to maintain a healthy weight and lower our risk of non-communicable diseases. The Eat Well plate highlights the different types of food and shows the proportions we should eat. This way, you'll get the balance of energy and nutrients you need for good health. In the same way, the Healthy Beverage Picture lists 6 beverage groups. The only drink that we should drink every day is water. Lack of physical activity is another important factor related to obesity. Increased urbanization and technological advances have made our lives less active. Physical inactivity has been identified as the 4th leading risk factor for global mortality, causing an estimated 3.2 million deaths around the world. People who do not do sufficient physical activity have a greater risk of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cancer. We don't need special clothes or go to gym to become more active. Physical activity is any form of exercise or movement, such as walking, playing, or doing sports. The World Health Organization recommends at least 60 minutes of physical activity every day for kids and teens, and 150 minutes of physical activity per week for adults. Physical activity builds and maintains healthy bones and muscles, keeps weight under control, lowers our risk for many diseases, increases social skills, improves self-esteem, reduces feelings of stress, anxiety, and depression. Adolescence offers a chance to establish habits that affect health not just during the teenage years. Adopting healthy habits is key to preventing diseases. We can do a lot to change our lifestyle and improve our health and well-being.